Oh, Bruce. Hello, everyone. I am trying to get this bad boy up and live and on my screen so I can see because it's all over the place at the moment. Okay, so today I am going to chat with you guys a little bit about finding the right house to buy, but more specifically talking about should you or should you not buy the nicest home on the block. This is something that, when you're looking for a home, it's exciting. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, but trying to find the right house to buy that's going to be a good investment long term is something that most people want and really consider and think about in that purchase as they should. We've got a visitor with us today here. Hi, Bruce. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Oh, see, here he is. Hi, baby. All right. He's been wild. Anyways, back to this. So before I get too far into it, I just want to add really quick. So Luke and I have a group. I've got it tagged here in the link where we are talking in more depth and in detail about, purchasing your first house as well as renovating it and really turning it into your dream house because, that's what we want. We were there before. We were at a point where we didn't even know if we could purchase a house. And there we went. We were able to do it. Kind of got through that anxious feeling of wondering if we could even buy a house, and now have turned it into our full-time careers and just the world of real estate being what we do full-time. So all right, back to why. So if you haven't already, join the group. The link is in the description of this video. You will learn lots more, and we would love to have you and just provide as much guidance and help as we can. Okay, so buying the nicest house on the block. There are good things to that. If you're gonna go ahead and you find this house and it happens to be the nicest house and it's in your budget and everything, and it fits everything you want, then of course you're gonna want to move forward with purchasing that home. It's everything you've wanted. The real estate market is on fire, so you don't want to miss out on a house. But there are a couple things to really consider. One of the biggest things just has to do with the appreciation rate of the house and what it is going to do long term. If you are looking at a house, let's say it's a $300,000 house and it happens to be in like a $200,000 or $225,000 neighborhood, as things change, as the market evolves, and as the rest of the neighborhood improves and the values improve, your property is less likely to really have that same improvement as these other ones. So if you have, like I said, $300,000 house, and math is not my strong suit, by the way. Anyways, $300,000 house, and the rest of them are like 225-ish or so price point, and then the values go up, and now all of a sudden those other ones, 5 years from now are 250. Oh, I've got something popping up on my screen. Hang on. All right, there you go. And now all of those ones are 250. Your $300,000 house it's not as likely that it's really going to have that same boost. You're not going to get that additional $25,000 in value the same way that the rest of the neighborhood has. Another thing is just when you're going to purchase that similar situation, if you are in a $300,000 or looking at a $300,000 house and you've got other ones, all the rest of them are maybe they're even up to 250. You've got to think about an appraisal too. So that's something that, it's not super common that appraisals don't come in at or above, what the value is when you come to an agreement. But it is something that, it can impact that. When an appraiser or a lender or a bank looks at the rest of the properties, they're going to look at that and consider what the value of the property may be, given the rest of the market and the neighborhood surrounding it. So that's the second thing. The third thing that I want to talk about specifically for this is just about the resale of it. When you're going into a home, and especially if it's your forever home, you think you're going to be there forever. Let me tell you, being that, real estate is my full-time all day, every day. And I talk to people who are doing this who, 2 years ago, 3 years ago even, maybe thought that they were buying the house that was everything that they ever wanted and they really loved it. And, there are things happen, life happens, things change, careers change, all of those things. And here they are 3 years later, moving across the country, downsizing, upgrading, whatever it may be. You don't always know when you're going to move. So you still want to be smart with what that investment is, because it's one of the absolute biggest investments that you can make, that most people make in their life. So think about the time frame that you may have with it sitting on the market. Who knows what the market's going to do 3 years from now, 5 years, even if it's 10 years from now. If you're buying a house that is the absolute the nicest house on the block and the nicest one in the neighborhood, then you may have a little bit harder of a time in terms of market value and things down the road, just given the surrounding of it. So those were just a couple tips or pros and cons, I suppose, more so, that I wanted to talk about today for buying the nicest house. You may love it, but keep in mind, with an investment, make sure that you're making smart business decisions. That's all I got for you. I'm going to go spend some time with the little loves and play with the dogs, because they've been whining and barking at me all day. But if you've got other questions about, buying a house, if it's a good house, selling your house, any of those things, get in touch with me. I would love to help and answer any questions. Have a great day.